Well, it's time for another shaving video from Freakin' Reviews here. The third one in mid-2017, and this time I'm pitting the MicroTouch Solo versus the Philips Norelco OneBlade. That's today's review, so let's get right to it. You may have seen my review for the MicroTouch Solo recently, but that was obviously inspired by or influenced by the Philips Norelco OneBlade. So today I'm going to take a look at the two of these and compare them side by side, head to head, and see if one is a clear winner. As you can see, the heads look very similar to each other. I've been using the MicroTouch Solo quite a bit. I've used the OneBlade in the past, but I never owned one, so I'll be curious to see how the two compare in a more challenging environment. So let's see how the two of these do. Here are the instructions for the MicroTouch Solo. Pretty basic. This is the instruction sheet for the OneBlade. A lot more to it. I would say the most significant differences right out of the gate are that the OneBlade can be used with gel or foam in the shower, while the MicroTouch Solo cannot. It's only for dry shaving. Now the other difference is the MicroTouch Solo is about $10 less than the OneBlade. This is about $25, this is about $35. So that might also be a consideration. If you're not using it in the shower for wet shaving, the MicroTouch Solo could be an option for you, but let's see how they compare going against this beard. Here we are again for my third shaving video in a few months. This time I'm going to do the Philips OneBlade versus the MicroTouch Solo. Now what I think I'm going to do is, instead of doing one side OneBlade, one side Solo, I think I'm going to do one stripe next to each other so you can kind of compare. Now there is one thing that the OneBlade can do that the MicroTouch Solo can't, and that's that it can be used with shaving cream. I'm going to do both these dry. Both of them say you're supposed to use them against the grain, so I'm going to do that. But once I'm done, I'm going to put some shaving cream on and see if I can get closer with the OneBlade, because the MicroTouch Solo is not for use with shaving cream or in the shower. So I'm going to see if this can go to the next level. One more thing to point out is they both have about a 45-minute charge. They also both have these combs that you can use for additional trimming. The MicroTouch Solo has this fancy light, which the OneBlade does not have. So there's slight differences, but let's see how they compare as I put them to the test. Getting rid of my beard for the third time this year. Okay, that took a couple of times to get that right. It's not completely without stubble right now. I had to go a couple times. I had to kind of get the angle of it. But let's see now how the MicroTouch Solo does right next to it. I'm going to do this section right here. Okay, I mean, you can't see a huge difference. Let me keep going. I'm going to do the Solo again on the other side so you can kind of have, because there wasn't a lot of space there. I'm going to do the Solo, OneBlade, and Solo again, and then the last strip I'll do the Philips again. That was good the second time. That was a pretty good stripe going up. Look, that was just one pass. Got a lot of it out. I'm going to do this last section here with the Philips OneBlade now. Just to point out, this one just came off of the charger, and actually they both just came off the chargers as well. But this one, notice how much slower it sounds. It could be a difference that the motor is stronger, that's why it has a higher pitch to it. I mean, I'll let some of the more tech-savvy guys discuss that, but it seems like this motor might be moving a little bit stronger than the MicroTouch Solo. But, I mean, if you look at where I did the MicroTouch Solo the OneBlade, the Solo, the OneBlade, there isn't a huge amount of difference really between the two of them. I had to go get some more light with my Bell & Howell light bar, which I've also reviewed. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing now. I'm gonna do one stripe with the OneBlade and then one with the MicroTouch Solo and see how that looks. Here we go. Good, I was going on the up grain and it wasn't doing anything. Down, it seems like it's working better. So what do you guys think about those sideburns? Maybe I should leave those next time, huh? Have those big old things? All right. So now what I'm gonna do next to that, see this is the Philips OneBlade, next up the MicroTouch Solo. Again, still not bad. I just feel like this just came off the charger and it feels like it doesn't have as much power as that. Let me finish this part up with the OneBlade now. Okay, and I'm gonna do this last section with the MicroTouch Solo. And with either one of them, you can use the edge like this to trim. All right, so there you go. I mean, I think that as far as just dry shaving, they're really close. I did kind of it in stripes, and I don't see any huge difference between the two of them. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some shaving cream to see if the OneBlade can go one step beyond what the MicroTouch Solo can do. This isn't a real thick shaving cream. It's a sensitive skin, so it doesn't look real thick like your typical shaving cream does, but it is actually pretty good. All right, there is shaving cream on there. This doesn't lather a lot like some of the other shaving creams do. Again, the Solo cannot be used with shaving cream, but the OneBlade can be used with shaving cream. Okay, let me wipe this off and see how it compares. Yeah, there is definitely a difference. Look at this. If you look very closely, I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't want to be that close to me either, but you can see that's almost as close as a regular razor. Over here, you still have a little bit of stubble. This is just dry, and this is with shaving cream. Definitely a difference. And unfortunately, the MicroTouch Solo doesn't allow you to use shaving cream or in the shower, so that's as close as you're going to get with the Solo, and that's how close you're going to get with the OneBlade using shaving cream. Just by the fact that it can be used in the shower with shaving cream, the OneBlade has an advantage. Although if you're never going to use those things, just want a quick trim, the MicroTouch Solo does a great job. Now, as close as the OneBlade was able to get with shaving cream, do you think it can really compare to the Gillette Fusion 5 Pro Shield Power? I'm not sure. Let me try that out. The Pro Shield Power also has its own on button. Again, there is shaving cream. It's very thin. By the way, I've been using this blade for 2 weeks too. This is now shaved with the Fusion 5 Pro Shield Power. I don't know how well the camera is going to see that. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. This is with a OneBlade. It's also pretty smooth. If I see the up grain, you can probably hear there's a little bit of stubble. Actually, a little bit of stubble there too. it's pretty close. I mean, really. I mean, the Fusion 5 Pro Show Power is insanely expensive. I think the refills are about $5 a piece. So it wouldn't take long for the OneBlade to really pay for itself as far as compared to a razor like that. So really over time, this could be a better investment. One more feature I was going to point out is they both have trimming combs on them with 1, 3, and 5 millimeters. I have the 3 millimeter on both of them. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming here just to show you how they work. First up, the MicroTouch Solo. This is just a regular trimmer comb. A lot of electric razors have these. So pretty straightforward. OneBlade, similar thing. Once again, just because the motor just feels more powerful, I feel like it's a little bit more efficient than the MicroTouch Solo. There's nothing wrong with the MicroTouch Solo, but this one just feels a little bit more powerful to me. And when I was just doing this trimming, it seemed like it went through it a lot faster. Now, I originally gave the MicroTouch Solo a pretty good review, and I stand by that video because I still think it's a good product. However, when you compare it to the Philips Norelco OneBlade, I've got to go with the OneBlade, mainly because the powerful motor and because you can use it in the shower or with shaving cream. That seems to be a significant difference to me. Now, the MicroTouch Solo is $10 cheaper, and it has a built-in light, but it's limited to dry shaving only. If you only plan to use it for dry shaving, this could be a good purchase for you. I know this is kind of a first look review of the OneBlade and also a comparison to the MicroTouch Solo, but I'll keep using them to let you know how they hold up over time. The thing I would want to see is how long these blades last, because the blades are kind of expensive. Right now, the blades for the OneBlade, I found a 2-pack for $25. I have not seen the replacement blades for the MicroTouch Solo in stores yet, but if it's significantly cheaper, that could also be a compelling reason to pick this one over the OneBlade, especially if you're only interested in dry shaving. Have you used the Philips OneBlade or the MicroTouch Solo or something else like it? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe for more as seen on TV product reviews from me, James White with Freakin' Reviews.